The following podcast is recommended for mature audiences only. The following podcast is recommended for adults only. Maturity is not a requirement.
Hello and welcome to Dear Download, a podcast about Download Festival, music and the industry, and all other aspects related to rock and heavy metal. This episode is our final episode of our Countdown to Download episodes. We've covered every single band that's playing on the arena days. This episode is all about everything else that's happening across the weekend. I am Adam, and as always, I'm here with Simon. How are you doing, my man?
Hello and good day to you, sir. This close to download. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good.
How's your last couple of weeks been?
Yeah, good. Really good. Just building up there. This download has come round probably quicker than any other one I can remember. It's just literally gone, oh wait, download's here. So yeah, it's been really trippy. Like everything surrounding this download, just the lineup, just everything. This has been one of the most trippy downloads that's happened in a long time. I think you can agree. It's just, it has a vibe, this one, but I'm not sure what that vibe is yet until we get there.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And it's like when they announced it, it feels like a long time since they first announced it, or first announced the first wave of bands, but also it's flown by. It's kind of both, which is weird. But yeah, especially this last month has just gone.
Yeah, disappeared, literally.
Yeah. So yeah, we're currently a week away. This time next week, we are going to be there, which is insane.
Be pretty tanked up at this point next week, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I was going to say, my last couple of weeks, I have mostly been watching the cheese rolling. This happens in Gloucester.
Oh yeah, it's great. I've still never been.
No.
Even though it's, I don't know, 10 minutes from my house probably. Yeah. I really, really should go because it always looks like so much fun. One year I will go. Like, I think I'd love to. You see some absolutely insane people are just meant. I'd never do it because I like my collarbones where they are.
Yeah.
but it does look amazing.
Yeah. But that it's not through choice that I've been watching it. I watched one video of it. Yeah, it is fun. But after that, the internet algorithm decided that's all I need to watch. So it's just I swear I've seen at least probably 40 different, like, maybe not different videos, but different like Facebook pages and all these things sharing it. And I don't need to see it that many times. I don't want to see it that many times. Once or twice. Yes, maybe. For something that lasts only about, what, half a minute? Probably, or even that.
Yeah, it's quick.
It's ridiculous. So yeah, I've been infiltrated by cheese rolling down a hill.
I like it. I like your algorithm has picked out of all the things you look at that one thing and just gone, yeah. I want this guy to like the cheese roll. Yeah,
it's gone a bit too far now. Too far because it's too much. Anyway. So we have got a few announcements. So if I can, I'm planning on editing and getting this out tomorrow, which will be Thursday. It should come out the Sunday before download, but I got a bit of time off, so I'm going to try. I want to get out as early as possible before download, basically. So if I'm able to do that, then you might be listening to this today on the Thursday. And as you will know, we do a Wednesday morning episode for download, which is you guys becoming part of the podcast, you telling us and our listeners what you love about download, what brings you back every year, who you're looking forward to, all those sorts of things. You can write into us. You can send us voice clips, which we've received quite a few of each already. And we're hoping to be able to record that on the Sunday night rather than putting this one out. So I'm going to say here the deadline for getting your submissions in for the Wednesday morning episode is Saturday night. If I don't if I fail in what my plan is and don't get this out till Sunday, this information is irrelevant. But I think I'll be able to do it. I should be able to do it.
I think it'll be fine. I think you'll be good, dude. But yeah, people get them into us. Get your audio clips in, or if you want us to read something that you've written, it'll be me or Adam doing it. Get them in now, because this episode is just unreal. I love it so much. Great community vibe. So yeah, if you want your thoughts, get them into us. Quick time, jaldi. Yeah, go.
What? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I love that episode. I love that episode every year. Can't wait to do it again. You've obviously not heard any of the voice clips. You probably haven't read the stuff on Discord either, have you? So that's quite.
I don't want to, because I want to read them out. Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin them for myself. So I see when people put them in there, but I don't actually look at them. I just sort of look at it. Yeah. So yeah.
Cool. So the ways you can get those into us is if you join the Discord, if you're not already part of it, there is a text channel in the Discord which is aptly named Wednesday Morning Episode Submissions, I believe it is. Or you can email them to us. You can write an email, or you can record yourself on your phone and send it as a voice clip or an audio clip to our email address, which is deardownload2003@gmail.com. What else? The meetup. So we are going to just...
Oh, this is big news. This is like... Sorry, I'm just holding a knife randomly. This is big news. This is huge news, because me and Adam were only literally discussing this last night. So we have the plans for the meetup. Yeah.
I'm gonna read something out here because it was funny. Where were we? Yes. Rihanna Keeves asked in the Discord earlier, may have missed it, but just wondering when and where is the meetup this year? And I replied to him saying we were actually sorting that out last night. Was going to put this out later today, and then I shared the picture that I put together with where the meetup's going to be. And then Simon replied after that, we will be chatting about it on the pod tonight. And to me, that sounded like I'd made a mistake. It was like, we'll talk about that later. And that's how I read it.
It wasn't.
It's almost certainly not how you wrote it.
No, I wrote it as in, yeah, cool. We'll also be like mentioning that on the podcast so everyone can get the message. It wasn't like we'll be talking about that one on the podcast. It wasn't that vibe.
You should not have put that picture out just yet. That's not correct. We'll talk about it later with a whip in hand, sort of thing. But no, the whip is going to be held back for the night before download, Tuesday night, when we're in a hotel together. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about.
But quickly, though, if you don't know, as there's a lot of new people on the Discord, if you don't know what we're talking about a meetup, and you're like, what on earth are they talking about? So at download on the Thursday, we normally do a group meet, which is all the people from the Discord meeting up in person at download. So that's what it actually is. It's not a digital meetup. It's an actual in-person meetup. So if you do want to meet us and everyone else on the Discord, Adam will give you the details of how you can do that now.
Yes. So it's going to be on the Thursday at download at 6 p.m. And it will be just south of the outpost. It's not the outpost, is it? The Ace of Spades bar. Yeah, just south of the Ace of Spades bar if you're looking at the map. I'll put the map out everywhere to see it as well anyway. But that bit is a little bit of grass, and I think there's a tiny hill there so people can sit down a bit easier if they want to. But also, if it's raining, we can go into the Ace of Spades bar and have it indoors, which is where we had it last year. I was stood outside for quite a while with a couple of people in the rain. Everyone else is inside. So yeah, that's where it'll be. It'll be in sort of almost the southmost part of the village. If you get to where the co-op is, just sort of come back around to the village a little bit from there. Next to Black Camp as well.
When you're saying south, I'm just imagining loads of people walking around with their compasses, just going, wait, hold on. Oh yeah, there we go.
That reminds me, I need to take my portable sundial.
You need to take your sundial.
God,
Although
God,
I doubt there'll be enough sun to use it, but bring it
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that I'm sure. So I downloaded and printed out Stu's checklist yesterday. I almost changed his symbol to our symbol before printing it out, just for fun. Just I could take a picture of it and say thanks, Stu, for this. I didn't do that anyway, but I'm sure it probably doesn't have on there, so I'm gonna have to write on there. It's like Stu's ultimate guide, everything you'll need. It doesn't have portable sundial, and it probably doesn't have gazebo ball either. So that's two things that you need to add to it, Stu. Which are two things that we bring in this year. You get to know these extra things when you're as such a veteran as I am.
It's true. Yeah.
Oh, where are we going? What are we doing with this? So that's a meetup.
We're rolling, bro. We're just rolling. We're just rolling.
Just rolling. That's what we
Just
do best
rolling,
on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got the meetup. We've done. What did we talk about before that?
What?
What did we talk about before the meetup?
We talked about the Wednesday morning episode.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You having some sort of download stroke?
Yeah.
Just a quick recap. Get your stuff in for the Wednesday morning before Saturday so we can edit it. And we will see you at the meetup 6 p.m. just sort of across from the Ace of Spades bar. I'm sure you'll see a congregation of people or me and Adam jumping up and down saying, please come and talk to us. So it'll be one of those things for signalling.
Yeah.
You'll know where we are.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun last year. You know, we keep saying it's one of our highlights of the weekend, but I've seen a lot of people also saying it's the highlight of one of the highlights of their weekend as well. So yeah, it's nice. It's really nice to meet everybody and you guys to meet each other that you're talking to in the Discord all the time. So yeah, that's it too. Shall we get on to talking about everything else at Download that we need to talk about that we haven't covered so far?
Let's do that, sir.
Okay. Oh, big news. Big bad news, even. We are not opening the festival anymore. It's a good job we didn't make a big song and dance about that and tell everybody that we were
We're not. Who the fuck is fucking playing before us?
I looked on the Clash Finder. We're not.
Who the fuck is opening Download?
I can tell you in just 2 minutes. I wasn't expecting.
I'm going to have to go all London on them, man. Going to have to go all ends on them, bruv.
What's up, brother? Or whatever it is. 2 o'clock. No, it wasn't right, was it? I know it wasn't. 2 o'clock in the Den. Jared Christmas.
Oh, for
3 o'clock. Panic at the Bingo, which is not before us, but we also said there's nobody on at the same time as us. 2 o'clock. Axe and Paddle. I don't know what Axe and Paddle is yet. And then 2:30 to 3:15 on the RIP on the Dear Download stage in RIP. Dear Download podcast. There you go.
Tell you what, though, I'm going to sort out that Jared Christmas so I see him anywhere.
Yeah.
You watch, mate.
Yeah, so I think they're all comedians. So we said that we were going to look into all of this. Do you know what? There is so much going on in District X these days. They've just added loads and loads and loads to it. This would have to be 3 episodes long, as well as the band episodes to cover everything properly. So all we can sort of suggest is to go and have a look at everything yourself and see what you want to do. We're going to be talking about some things that we're going to want to do and some things that interest us. But like we said, the main thing that we are interested in, that we want to do, is our own live show on the Dear Download stage in RIP. Second year in a row. And we said we were going to do this a little while back because we read out the bios for all of the other bands playing in the arena. I actually found an AI write-up of us a while back.
What?
Oh, no, I read it to you. You liked it.
Oh, no, you did. You did. Yeah.
Yes.
That was creepy. It was, yeah, I remember it being weird, but also cool that that had actually happened.
Yeah. And the fact that we've been going long enough for AI to sort of get the feel of what we are, because it was quite accurate. Well, it was very accurate because it talks about how amazing we are, basically.
Do you know there's a logo on the Download map this year that looks like a condom.
Is there?
It looks like a D with a condom on, but it's actually the market. It's got a tiny little hole at the end for like a tag, but when you're looking at the at the map, it just looks like there's a load of condom stores and everyone's just banging all the time.
Where is it? We'll talk about this in a bit.
We'll look at it. Don't worry about it now.
Okay.
Find the other thing.
Okay, yeah, I found it. Okay, so here is an AI overview of Dear Download. Dear Download is a podcast dedicated to the Download Festival, a major rock music event where hosts discuss all things related to the festival, including lineups, performances, news, and broader rock/alternative music topics, making it, and this bit is highlighted, a must-listen for fans of the festival and genre with a passionate and engaging format. Key points about Dear Download. Focus on Download Festival. The podcast primarily centers around news, analysis, and behind-the-scenes insights from the Download Festival, covering artist announcements, setlist predictions, and fan experiences. In-depth discussions. Hosts dive deep into discussions about bands playing at Download, often including historical context and personal opinions, creating a controversial feel. Community engagement. The podcast actively interacts with listeners, sometimes incorporating fan questions and feedback into episodes, fostering a strong community around the show. Passionate hosts. I would say we are pretty passionate. The hosts clearly demonstrate their love for both the festival and rock music, which translates into enthusiastic and engaging commentary. Who should listen? Fans of Download Festival, rock and alternative music enthusiasts, anyone interested in music, festival culture, and behind-the-scenes details, which I like that bit. Overall, Dear Download offers a dedicated space for in-depth conversations about the Download Festival, making it a valuable resource for fans looking to stay updated and connected with others who share their passion for the event and genre. And I loved that when I found it.
Did you hear that, other podcasts? Because I know you're listening. We've got AI on our side now, bitches!
Do you know what? There is another podcast that I looked at, an AI thing. Most people listening would have heard of them. And the AI actually specified that the podcast relies on money from listeners to be able to keep going, or something along those lines.
Oh my God. Jesus.
And I was like, if AI is getting that from your podcast, that's not a good look. Probably it's probably from when people say, like, thank you to people who are on the Patreon or help or
I
donate
get you.
them.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
we could not be doing this podcast without you. And I hate that. I've heard loads of podcasts say that, and it's like, well, you started it for free. Why can't you do it for free anymore?
That's a very, very good point.
Yeah, why are you saying you can only do this with the money you've got now?
I think you can only say that if you're like a YouTuber that does it as a full-time job.
Yeah.
Like TPD say it, but TPD say it because people are paying for him not to work and to have this as his full-time job. So that is slightly different because he literally couldn't do it without the Patreon people. So that makes sense. But yeah, if you're just doing a podcast sitting at home that you could definitely do without anyone paying you for it, I get it.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I can't believe when I read that. Anyway, let's stop. Let's start doing what we're supposed to be doing.
As you can see, me and Adam have some qualms. We were qualms with certain things. We won't say what specificity.
We don't have qualms with anything or anyone or any festivals. We love Bloodstock. Definitely. We love
Bloodstock. I don't think they love us, but
we don't have a joke written in our live show about any of the organisers of Bloodstock. We don't. It's not in our live show. I was told not to put it in, basically. But anyway, what are we talking about? I'm going to take such a long time editing this bit and going, I don't know if I can put that in. I don't know if I can put that in.
Listen, we're the bad boys of the podcast world, okay? We say what we want and we answer to no one, and that is the way to be. Not like all these other bitches that are got their nose so far up other people's arses. Might as well be wearing them as a fucking mask. We do what we want, all right? We're the rebels. We're the cool ones, okay?
Yes. Again, we may have something written on our live show similar to that. we might piss a lot of people off at the live show, but who cares? It'll only help us with online beef stuff.
Yes,
Come
I
at
agree.
us, come at us, Machine Gun Kelly.
Come at me, bro. I got 6K followers. I'm gonna mess you up, boy.
Anyway, right. So this episode, we're not just bitching about other people. We're going to be talking about download a little bit. We're going to go through the map. Luckily, it was released a couple of days ago. This is why this episode is so late. The map hasn't changed very much since
Not
last
at all.
year.
And changed since the year before that. I put last year's over the year before, 2023's, and even that wasn't vastly different. So really, apart from a few little bits, the map hasn't changed for the last 3 years.
No. Which is cool. It's cool. They know exactly what they're doing now. And they're just adding extra bits, adding extra things to help out with how they have it. You know, I don't have to. So this takes me back to something you said a long time ago. We brought it up last episode when we were talking to Harry White. But when you said that it's a miracle that festivals even happen in the first place, and
Yeah, definitely.
and you know, I agreed with you and I believed you at the time, but it's becoming more and more. I'm becoming more and more aware of just how much must go into festivals. Every single little thing needs to be accounted for, and so like I said, they're just adding more, I suppose, quality of life stuff, which is really cool. But one thing I noticed on this, which I'm quite excited about, is the transport hub, which I'm pretty sure it's normally there, but this time it has. So I was going to go down the key and talk about these in order of what's there, but I mean, I want to talk about this first because it's really cool. What's it called on the key though? So yeah, actually on the key it's called Accessible Shuttle Bus. But if you look at the transport hub, there's that same symbol for shuttle bus, but that symbol is all over the map. It's everywhere. There's one by the west entrance. There's one by the guest car park, which we've seen in the emails that our
Coming out, yeah.
our guests have had, and it says if you're arriving by car, yes, go to the guest car park. If you're arriving by shuttle from like the train station or something, there will be a shuttle bus every hour that goes from the transport hub to the guest car park, which is incredible.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and I don't know if they have this every year, but it looks like those shuttle buses go all over the place as well. So if, for example, we couldn't get there by car, we could get the shuttle bus to Blue Camp or something.
Yeah, that is cool. That's a really good little extra bit. I haven't noticed it being on there, if I'm perfectly honest. So you pointed out something to me that I've just noticed as well. So yeah, I might go back eventually and look at last year's and see if it was on there. But if it is a new idea, it's a great idea.
Yeah. Well, so it's not exactly a new idea, because we talked about this and we were going to talk about this in the live show as well, about how they should bring it back. And we didn't need to talk about it. They brought it back because it used to be a thing. We used to be able to get shuttle buses, and the buses would go round the track and take you to the campsites you need to go to or something like that.
Yeah.
And they normally have them for the accessible access people, the accessible campsite, which makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I'm assuming they've brought it back for everyone this year. So
yeah, it's good. Yeah, wicked, awesome idea. Really good.
Yeah, because the problem we had last year, I mean, we were able to get to West Car Park, but only just. I think not long after we got into West Car Park, they shut it off to most people.
Pretty much,
you need to go the other side. I mean, who is going to, what is it? Is it North Car Park or West Car Park? Not West.
North
East.
is the one on the other side.
Yeah, North is for most people. Who's going to North Car Park and then walking across the whole site to Blue Camp? No one. So if you couldn't park there and you didn't get a shuttle bus, Blue Camp will be empty. Blue and Black will be empty, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe that's why they've done it. I don't know. But it'll be interesting.
The main bitch one is obviously if you come in the north and you're camping in Quiet, because then you really do have to walk completely across the whole site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no shuttle bus to Quiet. That is the furthest walk you could do that doesn't go back on themselves or anything like that. But there is a shuttle bus in Blue Camp. It's actually inside the bit of Blue Camp there. So
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work.
yeah, there'll be something there, which again is incredible. If it works the way we think it's going to work, it might not. So they put something out today showing all of the shuttle buses, the shuttle buses they've got going to and from like the train stations, or airport might be one of them. But one actually goes into Castle Donington to the shop in Castle Donington, which they don't normally do either. And I said in the Discord, it's handy for us because we were actually planning on going to town to a pub.
We are going to town. Yeah, 100%.
This year.
Yeah.
So we don't have to walk it. We can get a shuttle bus.
Well, we're going to do a walk there or a walk back. We'll
Okay.
get shuttle bus one way, but we've got to do a classic walk
Classic.
at least once.
Okay.
There'll be so many things there that I'll spot and be like, oh my God, I remember that. Oh my God, I remember that. So we have to. We'll either walk there and get the bus back, or get the bus there and walk back.
I see.
Yeah.
It's for the vlog.
Sorry, you're only finding this information out now.
Yeah, and I understand it's for the vlog, so you can film it to show on your vlog. Whoever's walking with us, we'll make sure he pays us part of the money he gets for that vlog for making us walk all that way.
Yeah, well, we'll see how far we get, but now we're like, maybe not the 20-year-olds we once were when I was doing that walk, so we might get halfway and think, fuck it, we'll just wait for the bus.
Yeah, no, the walk isn't too bad, and especially with a few people that you like.
Oh yeah, we'll have a few tins on the go as well. Yeah, we'll be all right.
At least, hopefully, again, if it works the way we are thinking it will work, we might be able to get the shuttle bus from the campsite to the outside of the place outside of download, and then walk from outside instead of walking all the way through download, and then down
probably
to the pub.
Get it to the transport hub, and then walk from there most likely.
Yeah. Although, so the pub is. Are you looking at the map at the minute?
Yeah.
I want to say the pub is down past the Green Gate. Is it down through that way and over the past the bridge? And it goes all the way to the right.
Past the Red Gate.
Is it the other way?
Yeah, I think it's the other way. We'll see.
Can't even see a red gate.
We'll see.
What are you talking about?
Red Gate is just next to the transport hub.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was down a little bit.
I'm pretty sure from walking past, that's where it was. The last time I'd done this walk was 2016, so it might not be as long as other people, but I remember it being that way.
Yeah,
but that's just me.
That's the way I meant. Yeah, going that way. I was down a little bit on the map from you. So yeah, it's going that way. So we might be able to get a shuttle bus to the transport hub, and then it's not as far a walk.
Yeah, we'll figure it out anyway. We'll get there.
It's cool. Looking forward to that this year. Definitely.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Let's go down through the key of the map rather than pointing out bits that we will just end up getting lost. There's not much has changed, but we won't talk about everything because everyone knows what a bar is, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, there's information points, accessible toilets, etc. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. The accessible viewing area and tables. Somebody pointed out in the Discord, it does look like somebody in a wheelchair inside a wrestling ring.
Yeah, it really does. I don't know who it was that said that. They were like, I thought they got excited that they brought wrestling back, but no, it's not.
Midget wrestling or something. But yeah, so we're not going to cover everything. One thing I did like seeing, though, was a baby changing station, which, it made me actually go back and look at some of the old maps, because it's not always been part of it. And I looked at like 2019 and it wasn't there. I looked at a couple of other ones. The earliest that I saw was 2022. But I think
that was there, yeah.
It might have been on previous ones like 2010 or anything like that. I didn't look that far back, but it's actually showing you where the baby changing stations are, because they're aware that people are bringing younger and younger kids these days. So I just liked that. I was like, no, I thought that was a cool addition.
I like it.
A big green coach. Don't need to talk about that.
Not really, but there'll be plenty of people using it, and it is actually a really, really great, like, big green service is really great, I think.
Yeah. So
many people from all different like parts of the country, like, but especially being from London, the amount of times that I went on the coach and the train, so good that they're doing this, like, specifically to download. It's amazing. Yeah. Blink. I actually wonder if there's anyone on the Discord actually going by coach this year. no one's actually. A lot of people haven't mentioned how they're going to get there, so I'll be interested to see how many people actually came on the coach.
That's a good point.
Get their stories of how it was.
Yeah, because I know Kieran and Courtney from the Dippy Donuts, they would normally do the big green coach, but not doing it this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, some people come from Long, like they come all the way from bloody Norwich, which is like that side of the country east, which is, there's nothing there.
No. Apart from vloggers. So many people say that they're from the same similar kind of area.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Going down a few more. Campsite manager. So this is interesting. So this is something that they, again, only added recently. And in every single campsite, there will be a campsite hub or campsite manager. It might not be called campsite hub, actually, but yeah, the fact that they've got people you can talk to. So if there's any Karens going, know. Can I say that? I can't say that. I'm going to say that anyway. Anybody needs to speak to the manager, you know where to go. Was the cinema. So we had the big screen last year, but it wasn't really labelled as a cinema, was it?
I haven't seen any mentions of an outdoor screen this year. I think the only reason they had it on last year was because the footy was on, and then they played films on it as well. So they're probably more likely to actually have a specific cinema. Do you know what part it's located in on the actual map itself?
It's next to. It was exactly where it was last year, next to where we're going to have the meetup by the Ace of Spades bar.
Oh, okay. Maybe it is outdoors again.
It
then.
was outdoors, yeah.
Okay, then maybe that is outdoors again then.
Yeah, I haven't seen any listings of what films they're going to have on, so yeah, that would be quite cool to see, because they used to have cinema all the time, didn't they? And it was really cool. You just chill out, go and watch a film for an afternoon if you haven't got anything else to do.
Yeah, that is cool. That is cool.
Yeah, I remember being sat. We could see the cinema from our campsite one year. We were just sat in the middle of our camp. Everybody else had gone to bed, so there was just three of us sat there watching. I'm pretty sure it was South Park as well.
Oh my god, they had South Park on.
Yeah,
fucking awesome.
Would it South Park or would it have been Futurama? Something along those lines. But yeah, that was cool, and it's good that they got it back and they're actually gonna have films on. Yeah, no, it did have it as a. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Circular camping. So. I mean, I've seen them advertising for months and months and months. I'd imagine most people know what they are now, but yeah, they actually work with Download, and they take home, if people are leaving their tents behind, they'll go around and take the decent ones and use them, and you can actually rent a tent from them for the weekend, so it's already set up when you get there. Kind of like RIP, but it's just tents, and I think it's a lot of money, but that's what they do, which is quite cool. Fat Frank's pre-order and collection points is on there too.
SMTV 10.
It's got locations of all the food traders on here, which is cool as well. Apparently, there is going to be an interactive map on the web on the app, even, and you should be able to see which food vendor is where as well. Apparently, when it's up.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Yeah. So. I mean, yeah, it would be good to, if you see one that looks good in the campsite, because each campsite usually has one or two food vendors as well. Maybe go and camp near one that you like the look of, or away from one that you don't like the look of.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you go and camp in a site and like on a camp, and like with our one, there'll be something. There was something at the top of, in the middle of Blue Camp last year, near the mini moshers. I'll be interested to see what's place, there this time. Yeah, it was Toasty Place, and there was another one there as well. It was like a burger place and something else. So I'll be interested to see what's there this time. Although it doesn't say there's one on the map, does it? Oh, it does. Yeah. So hopefully that Toasty Place again, because that was great.
Yeah, that's cool. Guest and press box office. So this is an interesting one, and one that we can actually talk about, because not everybody will know. I've seen some people questioning what to do if you are a guest, and apparently there's loads of people that are invited as guests. I assume all of the bands have guest lists as well. We've actually been given a guest list this year, and when they got the emails through, they sent us some very confused messages because they didn't know what was going on. So it's probably the same for everybody. We've been doing this for a while now, and so we've got a little bit more experience and and know just how confusing it can be to start with.
Oh, it can be very confusing.
Yeah.
You don't know what on earth you're doing. So, yeah.
So, like, these people that put them together, they work in this industry, in this world. They probably don't realize, I'm a postman. I don't know the same words as you. I don't have the same, like, knowledge as what goes on behind the scenes. So you do need to explain it a little bit more, and tell me exactly where I can go. Because the other thing is as well, actually, they probably have all the information that a lot of their colleagues have, but we don't have that information. So we don't know that we know even less because of that, if that makes sense. But anyway, yes. So all guests, although that's a small count, all guests this year. So previously we would have had to have gone to a specific side. So we went to West Car Park side last year. You've got the lanes to get your tickets, to get your wristbands and everything. But there was a small cabin for a box office. They've changed it this year, and weekend guests will have their own area. So we'll be going to what is the guest car park and the guest campsite, which is Blackgate by the looks of it. And so you'll probably only be able to get the weekend guest wristbands there. So you won't have to sort of queue up and wait for somebody to come to the box office. But yeah, if anybody else has any questions, just come in the Discord, fire them off, and we can try and answer them as best we can, because it can be very confusing. We were very confused when we first got it. So if I can help, if we can help, we can. We'll try. What's next? Guinness is there on its own. I'm not sure if I've seen that on its own there before.
They might have been a previous sponsor, I would have thought, but
yeah.
I'm not 100% on that.
No, but I assume they're going to be in the arena down near the other ale tent, are they? Yes, they are. So down near the Avalanche thing. Are you a Guinness fan?
Oh, I love a Guinness.
Are you a Splitting the G fan?
A what?
The Split the G fan.
You
haven't heard that? Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You get a pint of Guinness and it's got Guinness written on the side, and people, they take their first sip and they try to get it exactly halfway down the G.
Okay. No, I would not waste my drink in such a manner.
Okay. Yeah,
I would not waste my first sip in such a manner, no.
Yeah. I tend to agree with you, I think, with that. So it seems like a lot of Guinness purists, I want to say, I don't know what the right word for there is, hate it because it became a trend and everybody was loving it and drinking Guinness to do it, and making these like TikTok videos of them splitting the G, and it was a manufacturer thing, probably. It was Guinness made that up themselves to sell more 100%. Guinness. Yeah. And
clever bastards.
I tend to suffer from what's called hype aversion. We've talked about this a little bit before. Yeah, if something is massively hyped, I'm like, I don't want anything to do with that. I like being underground, doing my own thing, only liking Swedish bands because I am that damn cool.
Oh God, I love it.
Anyway, you've never even heard of Splitting the G then, which is weird.
Do you know what I don't see on here? I don't see any Liquid Death. What's up with that?
Interesting.
I mean, it's not. They clearly had a falling out, but yeah.
Yeah, because, that is interesting, because a while back, they were taken off of the poster, and no one knew why.
Yeah, with the sponsors. They, dude, on the fucking sound booth, on the main stage, said Liquid Death on it. You ain't going to say that this year, is it? They I think that they went into a partnership thinking this is going to last a few years and we're going to get all these big banners made, and Liquid Death is like an alternative water, so it's going to work out for both. I don't know where it failed, but clearly it didn't work out as however each party saw it. So
well, you can pick up crates of 12 Liquid Death ridiculously cheap now. I got one from Farm Foods for like £2 for 12 cans.
Yeah.
I've seen somebody post, it might be B&M, they got it for 99p for 12 cans, which is insane.
That's mental. I mean, it is just water, but yeah, I get it. Well, we'll see, because like last year, every single food vendor had Liquid Death, and I'll be interested to see if they've gone back to just bottles of water this year.
Yeah, That is interesting because, like I was saying, it was taken off of the poster, and everyone was going, "Oh, is it not Liquid Death?" But then the next sort of official poster that came out had Liquid Death back on it. I haven't looked for that for a little while, if it's on the app or anything like that.
Certainly not on there now.
Is it not?
They're not even mentioned on the bottom as a sponsor.
Interesting. Wouldn't surprise me if they've gone bust or something. Not being able to sell anything in it, and if shops are able to sell it for £1 or £2 for 12 for a crate of 12, it is ridiculous. But one thing I have never mentioned, which I've been meaning to mention since last download, you could get cans of Liquid Death for free at the reception points in RIP.
Wow.
Did you not know that?
Well, we could have had as many Liquid Deaths as we wanted last year in the area that we were in, but yeah.
Yeah, but
I just Googled it. It said, no, Liquid Death has not gone bust, but it has temporarily paused its operations outside of the US, including the UK.
Okay. Interesting.
So they've temporarily paused their operations outside of the US, calling it a strategic shift to 100% US manufacturing. So there you go. We won't be getting the cans in the UK anymore.
No. Maybe not, unless Andy Copping's gone down to Farm Foods and gone, this is the cheapest water we can get. We're going to keep with the liquid Death, and we'll make millions on this. They'll probably still sell them for £3.50 a can or whatever.
Keep going.
I can't remember how much they were. I didn't buy any last year.
But yeah, so there you go. So that might be a good explanation for why they have paused their outside of US business due to a strategic shift. So that's probably why they're going so cheap here, because they're not manufacturing them anymore for the UK.
Oh, we better go and buy some and keep hold of them then.
I was going to say keep hold of some cans, because the UK specific ones might be what you'd be, some of the stuff you wish you would have kept from back in the day, but is worth money now. I think weird stuff that people don't realise you should keep. Yeah, sort of stuff you just throw away. So get your Liquid Death in now. Keep all of the cans for the next 20 years.
Yeah, that is interesting. But like I was saying, I remember I wandered into RIP with a couple of people. I knew some people that were staying in there, so I was having a chat with them. And we walked past the reception area near to the Dear Download stage. And they had on side, they were like, do you want a can of Liquid Death? And I was like, I'll have one. And one of the guys I was with was like, I'll have two. In fact, no, I'll have like 5. He took 5 cans of Liquid Death and just put them in his bags. And they were fine with it. Like, it was there to be given away in RIP. And that's not something I've heard people talking about. But yeah, if you go into... Kelly wasn't allowed into the arena with a half-full can of Liquid Death. Well, I mean, that's kind of understandable. She could have emptied it out and filled it with vodka, but still, you probably won't. I don't know if she would have been allowed in if it was full and unopened. You get your 3 cans from RIP and then you have to buy it in the arena.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, weird. But that it would be interesting, and that is not something I thought about. That's really cool. Let's see what it is this year. So obviously, we haven't got Barclay card this year because they pulled out. Well, was kicked out. It's in a weird place. Download's in a weird place at the moment. It must be.
Download's in a weird place, ban-wise, sponsor-wise, festival-wise, people-wise.
Andy Copping-wise.
This is just such a weird time for Download. It really is. Yeah.
We heard a rumour a while back that Andy Copping might be stepping down at some point in the near future. I've seen a couple of things that might be pointing to that as well. But it also might not be. It might just be me reading too much into it. But that'll be interesting if he does step down after this year as well or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it'd be weird.
Interesting. So that all came from Guinness. That was cool. Thank you, Guinness. Lone Wolf Camping, if people weren't aware. And this is cool that they put this on there as well, because this was started as a Facebook group, I believe. Chids has done it 1 year and he vlogged about it. And it's basically anybody who's going solo can join this Facebook group and go and camp in the Lone Wolf Camping area, which is in Blue Camp. And they'll be able to get to chat to all the people that they were talking to in the Facebook group. And
did they not think that Camp Loner was a good brand anymore?
Maybe
did they feel
not.
Like that was too harsh.
Yeah. That's a good point. I forgot about that as well. It was his Camp Loner,
was called Camp Loner up to a couple of years ago. Literally, I think up to 2023. I think they've only changed it this time and last time.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting as well. I wouldn't have thought
We're
of
learning
that.
a lot here, people. We're learning a lot. We're learning a lot of facts.
Yeah. The lockers and everything. I've never used a locker. I'm sure the people who...
Okay, now we're near where we are, right? Look at markets. Right? Look at the thing next to markets. It looks like a condom.
I can see that.
Sorry, but
I can see that now, actually. Yes, I can.
And then if you look on the map, it just looks like there's condoms everywhere. Maybe it's just me. It's my mind. That's how it works.
I wouldn't have seen that. But now you've mentioned it,
like
I do see it. But yes. Why is there a beer? Why is the Mercian axe symbol a beer? I don't know. And now we're here, actually, as well, looking at that. So the wrestling, the disabled wrestling thing has AVP and GVA on it. And I was kind of imagining that being like, kind of like, what is it, NXT versus something else or something?
It's like two new wrestling companies. I like it.
Yeah. But yeah, so where were we? I need to come back over here again, or zoom out a little bit. Lockers, like I was saying, I've never actually used a locker at Download. I would imagine things like this, anybody who is going to be using a locker, or signed up or paid for a locker, they will know what to be looking for. We don't really need to go into that too much. Lost property is going to be a big one. So yeah, maybe people might not even realize there's a lost property area. If you lose your phone or anything like that, lose your keys, and go to lost property. I remember there was one time years and years ago, my friend Jacobs lost his, I might have said this before, he lost his wallet probably quite early, like Wednesday or Thursday. He was not expecting to see it again. But come like Saturday afternoon, someone phoned him and was like, yeah, your wallet is here in lost property. And we were like, this is cool. You know, you wouldn't expect that in society. Because that was when we would have been quite new to it would have been like 2006 or something. So there was no money left in it, but the wallet was there, and which had stuff that he needed in it. So yeah, it was cool. So if you lose stuff, it might turn up at lost property. It might turn up in Romania if it's your phone.
And hand it in if you do find stuff. Definitely, it's at the bottom. It's at the bottom of District X, pretty much. But if you do find something, yeah, like definitely going. If I found something, I mean, I'm not saying the money would remain in it, but the wallet would be handed back.
Oh yeah, there was another year we found, again, it was Jacob. It was we were sat down waiting for them to open the gates for the first time. We were there that early, and we found 180 cigarettes, which obviously people near us would have dropped out of their bags, which they didn't find their way to lost property. We kept them. We smoked them. But yeah, things like wallets, things got that again. That was like 2006. This kind of time, I would give it a lost. Would I? Would you go to lost property for lost cigarettes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone would be clocking for those cigarettes, big time, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You never know.
I probably would give them in now. I almost certainly would give them in now.
You're a changed man.
I am.
I like it. I like it. You are a changed man.
Because I know the value of things now. I know how much they cost. But at the time, it was a big win for us. Yeah. But yeah, if you find something, hand it in. Lost property, markets, or condoms. They probably do sell condoms in the co-op if you need one.
Yeah, guys, if you're gonna make love at this year's Download Festival, do it safely. All right.
Yeah.
Soon, next year will be coming the Dear Download condoms, so get ready for those.
Yes. So let's already markets, merch, click and collect. There will probably be, going back a little bit, sorry, there will probably be a lost property in the arena as well. I know you said it's in the bottom of District X.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
There is merch and there's merch click and collect. I have found that click and collect is no quicker than just getting it, because so many people try to buy it and arrive and reserve it that the queue is way bigger than the normal queue.
Yeah.
So
yeah, don't bother.
Don't just take our word for it. Do whatever you feel, but I don't think it's necessarily I don't think you need to do the click and collect if you want to get something. Just my suggestion is to get in the queue early on the Wednesday or the Thursday and get what you need. Every time you go past the official merch stands, there's going to be a massive queue. So what most people will do that walk past that aren't already queuing is go, I'll come back later. And they don't go back later. And they look at it the next day as a massive queue. And then they end up trying to go like Saturday in the middle of some bands that they don't want to see. And what they want is gone. It's sold out. So definitely queue for your stuff early. And I don't know if click and collect guarantees that you'll get it. Maybe it does. So it might be a longer queue, but you've already reserved it by paying for it. I don't know. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it, on those things anyway. Not that I buy download merch anymore.
I certainly won't be queuing for any download merch.
No. Nordic Spirit. I have no idea why they are a sponsor, but they are. It is not a spirit. It is water, isn't it? No, it's nicotine patches. It's like nicotine patches or something like that.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah. Weird. Oxfam. Definitely go to Oxfam to help them out. I am definitely going to be going to Oxfam, one of the first places I go, because a man found one of the Iron Maiden shirts that I collect at Oxfam a few years back. And
Oh, dude, I'll be coming with you this time because I haven't actually been in there yet. And if you're going to go, obviously we're going to be together, but I want to go as well. So I'm 100% with you on that one, brother.
Yeah, cool. And this lovely guy, I went and complimented him on his shirt because I didn't realize he'd bought it that day. And I was like, "That's a nice shirt. Have you got many of the other ones?" There's like, I think it was only like 9 or 13 created originally, and that was over 20 years ago. And I had 5 of them, but they're very expensive now. So I went up to him and said, "That's a nice shirt." And he was like, "Do you want it?" And I was like, "I'll have it." And he took it off his back and gave it to me and walked away shirtless.
I can't believe that guy done that for you.
No.
That was just like unreal.
I can't believe it.
Unreal, dude.
But yes,
Crazy.
So that means I've got 6 of the, I want to say 9. I think there's only 3 that I don't have. But you don't see them anywhere anymore, apart from eBay, and they're like 75 quid each, maybe more now.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Well, we'll see. You never know. Oxfam might come up with a few gems again.
Yeah. So definitely have a look at Oxfam. Have a look at the police. No, it's
5-0, bro. 5-0.
Seriously, yeah. The police are obviously there if you need them. The weekend's not going to go swimmingly or to plan as for probably a lot of people. Not as well as they might like. So of course they've got to have the police there.
Yeah, like Download overall is one of the safest festivals, but things still happen, so they still need the police there. Obviously, a police presence anyway. Yeah.
Do you know what? I skipped over something earlier as well that I probably should mention. A hospital. I never knew there was a hospital there. I just thought it was like first aid tents. I don't know what the difference between the hospital and the first aid tent is, but maybe they can
deal with bigger injuries than what you could in the first aid tent.
Yeah, I assume so. So yeah, that's quite cool. Like I said, I never knew it was there. There's definitely one up by the doghouse. No, it's not. It's halfway down District X. So it's near the Den and near the Coppers.
I tell you what, we're going to need the police if there's a few people I spot there this year. So I'm going to have a few stern words for them. So
okay,
might need the police. might need the police this year.
Got a London accent again.
It's gonna kick off. Mate. Kick off.
Next one down here, reception, and in brackets 24 hours, and this is all to do with RIP. Every RIP area has a reception, which I didn't.
Fancy.
I didn't know until last year. Well, I didn't know there was loads of them. I thought it was just the main one, which is where
anyone listening to this that's staying in RIP, punch yourself in the face because you deserve it.
No, I didn't realise all of the campsites had receptions, but yeah, I thought it was just the one last year that was by the download stage that had had our merch in and had all the free Liquid Death. But yeah, that's quite cool. I don't know what the reception is there for.
I guess it's just an information point, really.
Yeah,
it's a fancy information point where they'll have stuff and info for you, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, I suppose, yeah. So every campsite has got these help hubs. That's what I was talking about earlier. the normal campsites have help hubs. So if you want to go and find directions or something like that, or you need help, go to them. But in RIP they got receptions, so maybe they're just giving you a fancy word and charged you a lot more money for it. That's probably the case. Next, back on a serious note, safe gigs for women. Last I heard that was actually in the arena, but there might be one. Yeah, so it's in the arena near the big wheel thing. It might be also in District X as well, but again, this is something that's very important that people should need to know about, really. And if they're feeling unsafe, if anything happens, then you can go there. Head for the big wheel. You should be able to find it. Oh, they actually have shaded seating areas. Where is that? That's interesting.
In the arena.
There's a little bit in District X as well.
And in District X as well. So we'll see it'll be interesting to see what that actually is.
Yeah. If it's just a parasol
that
you get in the middle of a bench, that'll be gone. That'll be gone by the end of the first day.
No, it won't be that. It won't be those. It's gonna. I think now that's just indicating an actual area that will be indoors.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Good.
I think. Yeah.
Hopefully, because that would be good as well. People have been saying for ages, if it's too sunny, you want shade. If it's too rainy, you want shade. Not shade, you want cover. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's quite good. I didn't actually notice that when I looked through it earlier. So that's cool.
Look at this, guys. We're pulling it out. We're pulling it out of the bag, mate. Yay.
There's obviously skate ramps this year in a few different places as well.
That's cool. I'd like to check some of that out. Didn't see any of that last year.
No, I didn't. I've seen people asking about like who's going to be taking their skateboard and everything. Apparently, you're not allowed to take your skateboard, but they will have skateboards there that you can borrow if you want to go on the skate ramps.
Nice.
I think that's about all we need to do. Oh, old Sarum tattoos as well.
Yeah, they're back again.
Is that who Dean works for? Or no?
No,
okay.
There's but they take people from different places, I think, and then they go there. It's not all just their own artists.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
But yes, there is one right next to the Dear Download stage in RIP. And I know that they normally have tattooists behind the arena, like in the arena for bands, and you can go and get a free tattoo if you are a band playing at Download. So I'm wondering if we're going to get the same deal, in RIP. Would you get a tattoo at Download?
100%. I've said this before. I've always wanted to get the download dog tattooed on me at Download.
Yeah,
it's always been one of my things that I'm going to have to tick off.
Cool.
Soon.
Maybe we can get one this year. Then we'll see.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah, we'll speak to him. Let's say give us a freebie. We'll give you a freebie. We'll send you the podcast for free. And yeah, give us a free. I don't know what we can give him. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's so many other things on here. It's a really well done map this year, well put together. A lot of good information. Most of it, like I said, is going to be obvious, so there's no point in us talking about it. But yeah, have a look through it, and see what you think. I mean, like I said, there's going to be loads of things that are going to be specific to certain people, but you know what you'll be looking for. But yeah, I am still definitely interested in this shuttle bus. Sorry, we're back on this again.
No, that'd be interesting to see what the crack is. There's a few things there, obviously, that we've just gone over that we weren't really sure about, where now we can actually go and have a look at them in real life and see if they're good or not. So, yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to some of the entertainment in District X as well, because that's pretty much everything there is in the arena. There's a few other bits, like the Rocktail Cocktail, is it? Which I think a lot of people enjoy. Yeah. They play rave music and you have cocktails and dance outside their area. They
don't exclusively play rave music though.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they play metal as well.
Okay. I don't know. It's never interested me, to be honest. But yeah, so you can find loads and loads of stuff going on in District X, which again we can't talk too much about. If we talked about everything, it would be here for a long time.
Yes.
But personally, I'm looking forward to the Venga Boys, obviously. And Funeral for a Friend is doing an acoustic set, which is interesting. They're not actually in the arena.
No. I've got that ticked for me. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
Very excited.
A lot of it is just DJs, but there are other things. There are lots and lots of comedians. I didn't want to talk about every single individual comedian, if I'm honest, but I'm actually going to go through them and see if there's any that I know about or have seen before, because I remember back in 2022 or 20, yeah, it might have been 22 or 23, they had Troy Hawk, I think his name is. Do you know who he is? He's the greeter that stands outside of like shops, and he's like really, really polite and nice to people.
Oh, yeah. Wears like a smoking jacket.
Yeah. And
yeah, I know that guy.
I'd seen him all over the place before Download, but I didn't know what his name was. And he was at Download that year, and I would have loved to have gone to see him, but obviously I didn't know what his name was. I didn't see him on the lineup, so I didn't go and look at him. So I'm actually going to personally go through all of the comedians to go and see if there's any I want to watch. But I'm not going to put everybody else through that. So go and have a look at them yourself there. They're all listed. Now, if you look at the Clash Finder, they're all listed on there, actually. I don't know where else you'd find them, because I only noticed them today on the Clash Finder.
That's a good point, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they're going to be on the Download website, on the Artist A to Z as well. But they never put a post out about it or anything. They've got all these comedians. But yeah, so like we said, there's loads of DJs. If I'm completely honest, there's not a lot going on in or around District X that I'm that interested in. The last few years, they've been adding so much more to it, and it's been cool to go and see everything. But what the things we've discussed recently is when it's all scheduled, when it's all like entertainment put on for you, it's not as memorable as the entertainment you make for yourself. And I found that, so I'm gonna try not to do too much of this stuff in the District X this year, even though like they're putting so much on, and like they got quizzes this year, which is they never had before. Bingo, which I think they had last year. Loads more bands. The Scratch are actually playing this year they're playing the Arena and District X. Loads of stuff, but I think I'm gonna be more interested in making my own memories, which is kind of sounds cheesy in a little way to me, but making my own memories.
I think we're gonna sort of have an even split. We're not the sort of people that go to the Doghouse every night like some people do. We'll go to the Doghouse maybe 2 out of the 5 nights. The rest of the time we will be walking around making our own memories, or at the campsite doing some crazy drunk whatever stuff. So I think that's fine. That's how I like to do it. I'm not the sort of person that would go to District Net X every night, although for me there are a few things that I want to see.
Okay.
Funeral for Friend being one of them. I would definitely 100% try and get in for that. The Danny Filth DJ set as well. I definitely want to be there for that to see what he's going to play. And Justin Hawkins Rides Again, his podcast. I want to try and see that as well, because I'm a big fan of his and that podcast. So those are the, it's not much, but those are the 3 things that I'm going to try and check out in District X. Venga Boys are not on my list, although I feel like because Adam really wants to go, we're all going to be dragged to the Venga Boys. So
nah, I'll go on my own. I won't drag you. If you see Simon in there, it says his own accord. I won't drag him at all. I want to say that.
No, we're not splitting up this year, so you are dragging people. If you're going, we're going.
Don't split the party.
Yeah, if I'm going somewhere, you're going somewhere. If you're going somewhere, I'm going somewhere.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good to me. Cool. Well, I think that's most of the things. There's obviously the Takeover on the Wednesday, which is not on this poster. So So originally it started on the Download forums, and there was a load of people who they got hold of. I did read the history of this a while back because I'm interested in. I want to speak to some of the people who started it, but I can't remember now. But yeah, they basically said we want to run like something at Download for unsigned bands, and they got hold of the organizers, and they're like, yeah, cool, you can have time in. You always used to be a Thursday. You can have time in the village, put whatever bands on you want, and so yeah, they have, I think it's 5 or 6 bands from 4 o'clock on a Thursday this year. And we've had people in the Discord saying some of those bands are amazing. They really like some of the bands. So it's not just necessarily small bands either. Some of them are quite big bands. They've been around for a long time. So it's worth checking them out. I wanted to check them out before this. I wanted to check out all of the bands that are going to be on the Download stage as well. But I just I haven't got round to it. I know, I keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it.
You keep saying that. Yeah. I'm like, they're going to have to rename it that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I never got round to it, I'm afraid, which is rubbish. I do apologise, but yes, maybe we'll put a list of all the bands that are playing on both of those stages in the episode description or something. Anything else?
Well, we said about the sort of covered areas.
Yeah.
That would be. They did mention that they're going to have a beer hall, so I have a feeling that's what that might be.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, they said there's going to be beer halls, but they didn't mention any. They weren't specific about it. I'm guessing the beer halls are going to be those areas because they'll be inside as that natural hall.
Yeah.
So I'm probably thinking, like, in my head, I'm thinking like Oktoberfest style, where you just have a giant thing.
That's what I was thinking.
With loads of long tables. Yeah, so we'll be interested to see. But that, if I was doing that from a facilities point of view, that's exactly what I would do. I'd just have shitload of long tables and a giant covered section.
Yeah.
So people could just sit in there and drink.
Yeah, big fire going, like bear rugs.
Bear rugs.
Yeah.
Valhalla. Frankfurters on the go.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see then. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Are we expecting secret bands? Yes, we are. I'll answer my own question. We are expecting
Well, no, you've just said the statement completely wrong. We're expecting no secret bands because Download don't do secret bands.
Okay.
They do bands that they announce last minute. They don't do secret bands.
Yeah. Okay. True. Yeah. Who? What do you have any do you have any expectations of bands that Download announced last minute?
I think it will be someone that's like in the studio that's not really around at the moment. Like I've seen a lot of stuff about Malevolence.
Yeah.
Possibly, because we know that they're, recording all their new shit at the moment. So that could be a possibility, I think. But again, Download won't keep it secret and they'll be like, oh, at 3 p.m. today on the whatever stage, Malevolence. Well, great, thanks for the surprise, dickheads.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's a strong one. That's the only one really I've heard with any sort of traction behind it, or explanation that might be, but it could be anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone's better than Parkway Drive, so yeah.
I was just going to talk about Parkway Drive, actually. So we know that Download booked their headliners probably a good 2 years in advance, maybe a little bit more than that now. So I fully expect, I mean, people have been talking about Parkway Drive being a headliner for a long time. They were a secret band last year. I fully expect them to be a headliner next year. And last year was around the time they would have been in talks with them. So my theory is either Parkway Drive asked to do it, or Download asked Parkway Drive to do it as part of their contract to do a secret set last year, because they would have already been in talks with them if they are headlining next year.
Yeah. Well, I hope not, but we'll see.
Yeah. So I am expecting Ghost to also headline next year.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So I reckon it might be Ghost as a secret band. There were a couple others. They've gone now, though. But yeah, basically anybody that might be already in talks with Download about playing in the future. I think that's probably where it's coming from now. The whole music industry is way more, I don't know, I want to say convoluted. That might not be the right word, though, but
complex.
Yeah, complex. It back when like Metallica did it, it was probably more sporadic. They could do whatever they wanted. But now there's got to be like paper trails and everything. I'd imagine they've got to be everything in place for a long time.
Yeah.
But I don't really know. Without trying to sound too much like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about. Because I still have that. I remember that conversation we had a couple of episodes ago when I was talking about down tuning and does anybody even do it anymore? And I have that inner cringe anytime I think about that conversation, because obviously bands still down tune. It's not like everyone's going to be playing in standard tuning now. But the way I went about asking that question and talking about it, it came out like, I don't hear about it, so it must not happen. And I'm like, I have that inner cringe every time I think about that. I wanted to sort of correct that at the beginning of the show, actually. But
I think everyone's fed up with down tuning, to be honest, because it's got to the point now where everyone does it and you can just play open, 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 3, 3,
Yeah.
open, 2, 1, open for an entire album, but it sounds good because it's downtuned. So
Yeah.
I can't wait for the phase to come back when everyone's just playing in E standards. Again, everyone's just back to it. Everyone just reset. I think everyone should just reset. We'll get back to E, and then, you know, drop D and D sharp will sound absolutely filthy again. You know?
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. We need to forget drop C, forget G and B and fucking all the stupid ones. Everyone go back to E. We'll start again, and then in 5 years, someone drop D's or does a step down, you know, like a half step, and we'll all be like, "Oh my god, this sounds so unreal." Yeah. Again, so I can blame Deftones for bands like Deftones, Fear Factory, all those bands, Korn, all those bands that were downtuning before anyone else. They're all the bands to blame.
Yeah. Cool.
For this mess we find ourselves in now.
Yeah.
For this overproduced, downtuned mess we find ourselves in now.
Weren't Slipknot were one of the heavy, like the lowest tuning when they would like drop A sharp or something like that for a while. I can't remember.
Stupid.
Maybe not drop, but yeah, A sharp something weird. I can't remember. It's been a long time since anybody has played in down tuning. They do it. Fuck's sake. Yeah, no, I do still have that inner cringe every time I think about that. Like, what must people have been?
It's fine.
What must people have been thinking when they heard me asking about that? It's like, so I've got it out. I've got it out of my system. I've got it out. And
Okay,
said,
good. We're
that's
good.
not what I meant.
Good.
Anyway, back.
I won't mention it to you at download every day.
That's fine. I've corrected it, so I don't. It doesn't. It's not going to make me cringe anymore.
Good.
Yeah, we're talking about secret bands. So yeah, I feel like there's going to be connections to every secret band that they've got going on now. Like, so Ghost, they weren't a secret band last year, but they had that like trailer for the movie. Everyone thought it was going to be like something incredible, but it wasn't. It was just a trailer for the movie that you could watch anywhere. So yeah, there's going to be connections with download for a secret band. So yeah, maybe Ghost. Who else am I expecting to headline next year? I was thinking it could be Linkin Park, but I don't know. I see it's gone.
It's a big possibility. I mean, if you said to me Linkin Park, Ghost, and Parkway Drive, I would believe you.
Yeah,
that sounds perfectly plausible to me.
Yeah,
or you could switch, you know, Parkway Drive for Bring Me, or any of those. Really, I would be like, sounds about right.
Yeah. Do you know what? I did have predictions for next year and the year after. And I think it was Linkin Park, Ghost, and Parkway Drive for next year. And then I was like, the year after,
Wow.
It makes sense that it would be these bands. And I can't remember. I think Iron Maiden might be one. Maybe finally got AC/DC back or something. I can't remember what 2027 was. But both of them, I was like, they make a lot of sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, Download's gone 3 years without Maiden now. It's time to get Maiden on the bill again, isn't
I
it?
miss Maiden. Do you know, we were talking about algorithms earlier. I'm going way off, but this is what people love, hopefully. I miss Iron Maiden. I haven't seen them for a long time. I need to see them again. They've just started their new tour. I have not shown any interest in their new tour, but Facebook keeps showing me loads of stuff about it and showing me like people ranking their set list and things like that. And I'm like, why are you showing me this? I've not shown interest in it at all. I've not looked at ticket prices.
I'd be interested to see what it sounds like without Nico as well.
Yeah. I don't.
So that'll be interesting.
I don't hear drummers, so it'll sound exactly the same to me. My ears aren't tuned for drummers.
Okay, all right. I'll listen to it then and be the judge of that myself, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to block them out. Too many bad
But
experiences.
yeah, I mean, come on, guys. Next year, let's go for it. Okay, we're gonna go for the big one. I want Iron Maiden, Def Leppard, and Kiss. You know, just
fuck's sake.
For all the young ones out there. Okay,
For all the young ones.
We'll get that going.
Yeah. I don't know. It could be. I mean, well, next year's headlines are going to be locked in already. But I mean, everything else is going to depend on how this year goes. So I don't know. We'll see. We've gone way off. What else? Is there anything else we need to talk about?
Yeah, why on earth are we talking about next year? Like, we haven't even got to this year yet. It's not even over.
Yeah. But like we were saying earlier, there's not really many other people. I mean, you got the heavy metal sports. They haven't really shown much about what that's going to be. I think we should keep this one short and sweet because we've only got a few days left. I haven't even started packing yet. I need to get some stuff to your house because I can't take our equipment that we need for the live show on the train. or my tent.
Need to get it out, dude. My car's ready, boy. I got the top box on.
You.
I got. We're ready to roll, bruv. Trust me.
Nice. But like I said earlier, if there's any questions in particular that you have that we might be able to answer, then feel free to send us a message. You can email us if you don't want to join Discord or you're not interested in Discord in the slightest. And we are happy to help anybody. So yeah, we're going to leave it there for this episode. There was so much that we could have covered, but it would have been a long episode, and a lot of just pointless information that people don't need to hear from us, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So, Simon, why don't you tell people all about your YouTube, what you've got going on over there at the minute?
Yeah, YouTube is going well, as always. Very good. Thank you very much to everyone. If you haven't come and check out my YouTube channel, please do that. Simon Bond, obviously. Yeah, loads of videos coming out. My packing with me, what I'm packing for download, should be out this Friday as well. So check that out if this podcast manages to get out when Adam thinks he can. So that'll be coming out on Friday. And there's a gig announcement as well for Ashes by Dawn. So
Ooh.
Those of you in the south part of Wales, we are playing at the Dragonfly in Pontypool on the 20th of June.
Where the hell is that?
Which is a Friday.
Is that how close is that to Cardiff? I know where Cardiff is. How close?
I don't know. What are you asking me for? I mean, I've played the venue before. It is a really, really cool venue, but they've only just reopened. So from what I understand, I'm sure you guys in South Wales will know that this place was closed for quite a while and it's been reopened now. So now they're doing gigs. So yeah, we got contacted and we're actually headlining the show as well. So
No.
So we got
Very nice.
we got a nice beef 45 minutes, and we've got well, they're all new tracks to you lot, but we've got 3 new tracks that we added to the set list we already done for Metal to the Masses. So if you are around that area, Pontypool, in South Wales, then yeah, we're playing 20th at the Dragonfly.
Ooh, an hour away from me. Interesting. When was it? Sorry, you probably already said it, so I'll cut this bit out.
I did. I've said it multiple times. Friday the 20th
Friday
of
the
June.
20th of June. Headlining. That's very cool.
Yeah, we were going to play in. We did get asked to do a gig, weirdly, in Birmingham and Derby, and that was literally going to be this Friday and Saturday. But as it turns out, we couldn't unfortunately do them. But a band pulled out, and we got asked to do the same set of bands, including us, in Derby and Birmingham. But unfortunately, we couldn't do it. So bit of a shame. So we got quick fire gigs coming our way. So yeah, that's all good.
Nice. And we also have to say a huge thank you to our Patreons who have supported us. We couldn't do this without you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, this podcast would be non-existent.
Wouldn't exist.
Wouldn't exist.
Wouldn't
We are basically
This is such arseholes today. We really are.
Basically, if you think about those little rides you find in supermarkets or shopping centres where they're just stopped, and to make them go, you have to put money in them. That's what we are, basically. So thank you for you guys.
Yeah.
Can you tell we're excited for download because we're being a bit silly?
So, yeah, it's not taking this seriously at all.
But, well, there we go. So we have to say a huge thank you to Duncan Scott, Ash Henson, Joe Butler, Marty Ellis, Mike Ferris, Andy Taylor, Liam Hopwood, Tom West, Vicky Rutter, Ethan Brown, Matthew, Chris Henderson, Scoot, Ben Sacconi, Johnny Bravo, Chris Hambridge, Sean Schofield, H from Steps for Download, and James. You all are absolute massive legends. On a serious note, we love you all. We can't wait to see as many of you as we can at Download. We hope that a lot of you can make it to the meetup, which, like we said earlier, it'll be you'll see it in pictures of it all over the place as well. If you there'll be pictures of it all over the place as well. So thank you so much.
Yeah, come as well. If you're new to the podcast and you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to go. There's such a big bunch of people. It is an absolutely incredible bunch of people. So come along if you're feeling sociable. You'll be able to chat to everyone, anyone. Like, yeah, it is just literally, for me, it is the highlight of Download. It literally just chilling with you guys is the highlight of Download. Like, better than any band is us lot all drinking together and just chatting, which is the best.
Yeah, definitely. And also, Actually, we had a comment on our. So I did put a thing out on Instagram yesterday and Facebook saying, what do you want us to talk about? And we I don't do that much on social media, so we haven't got a huge following on there. But we did have I'm Phil okay reply to it. And he said, we need a password to say to security to come in and see you guys from general camping. So it's nothing to do with what we're talking about. I'm afraid we can't give you a password, or we cannot endorse sneaking in or causing a distraction to sneak past any of the people. There are no instructions on our Discord or anything like that.
No, there are no
posted by somebody. I don't know if I can put this in.
Put it in. Put it in,
yeah.
please.
If you can come and see us, that'd be amazing. Do whatever you can. I know RIP do offer a guest wristband for the day, which is like 50 quid if you're able to do that, or whatever you want to do.
No, whatever you want to do. We can't control what you guys do, so you guys do whatever you want to do. But I think there is a friends scheme that if you know someone who has an RIP ticket, they can get one person in for the day to RIP, but it is 50 quid.
Yeah.
So if you do know someone or know people that are camping in RIP and you want to get in to see us, then yeah, go up to them. I think you can get one because that's what we done last year.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you got that for Vicky.
Yeah, I got it for Vicky last year. And then I realised we could have just got her in for free, so wasted 50 fucking quid.
Yeah. What I will say, try it. If security stop you, show them your Dear Download wristband and see if that works. And say, I'm going to go see Dear Download. Look, I've got a wristband. That might work. Like I said, we can't endorse it. It's nothing to do with us. If you do what you...
And we can't all be like Stu, who just apparently walks past any security at any festival and they just let him for some fucking reason.
Yeah, well, it's like in the Minions films where somebody powerful walks past and they'll go, boss. Is it boss? They say boss? I can't remember what they say. Oh, that's really annoying. But yeah, have you seen the Minions movie?
I have not.
It's fantastic. I'm sure there's lots of people out there who know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but then they actually start with the dinosaurs and they follow the biggest bad guy, and then generally they end up getting that bad guy killed. So they follow the next boss, and so they all have to be working for a boss. I think they say boss. Yeah, so that's what security do when Stu walks past. Boss.
He just walks in with confidence, man. Like I was sat there with a front row seat at Bloodstock, and he just literally went on that to the guy and just walked in. I was like, he doesn't even have, he didn't even show him his wristband. He just nodded at the guy and walked past. How on earth is this happening at Bloodstock?
Backstage or something? Or...
Yeah, I don't know where the hell he went, but just a quick, like, all right, yeah. I was like, unbelievable.
Incredible.
Absolutely unbelievable. The power that man has over security.
Yeah, Jesus. Cool. Anyway, right, we're gonna call it there. So we got one episode coming out still, which is a Wednesday morning episode, but we're not gonna really say too much at the end of that one. It'll be about you lot. So we just want to say we hope you all have an amazing time at Download Festival. If you see us, come and say hi. Even if it's not sort of during the meetup or anything, we're always happy to stop and take pictures of you and Simon together. Oh, bitchiness. Yes. No. No.
Mate.
It's fine. It's absolutely fine. How about this year? Everyone pretend to know who I am and ask Simon to take a picture of me and you together. That would be funny and empowering. Okay, I'd feel good for that. But yeah, like I said, I hope you have an amazing download and you don't need the police or the hospital, like we said earlier. Everything goes smoothly for you. You get out of the car park nicely as well. We hope that everything go well for you does. There's a law for the opposite of that. What is the law for that? Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong will do. Yeah. Somebody let me know. If there's a law for that, let me know. Anyway, is there any other final sort of words you want to say before we say goodbye?
No, just enjoy yourselves and get those Wednesday morning episode bits over to us, and hopefully we will hear your bits in the Wednesday morning episode, and we shall see you at the download.
Cool. So
as it's referred to.
What?
by AI. The Download.
The download,
Festival.
yes. Awesome. So for this episode, it's a goodbye from Simon
Hey, I got a ball.
and a goodbye from me. Goodbye. What was that?
I have no idea.
SMTV 10. SMTV 10. SMTV 10. SMTV 10. SMTV 10.